The country town of Thirlmere, southwest of Sydney, is famous for its train museum and family train rides on a Sunday afternoon between 9 and 5. Another feature of the district is the Cedar Creek Orchard. I'm John Devenish. I'm here today to meet Mark Silm, manager of the orchard, and to see his production of apple juice through the press and the bottling plant.
Good morning, my name's Mark Silm. I'm the manager of Cedar Creek Orchard. My father saw a picture of a juice press about 15 years ago and decided he'd build it. Now, what you see is our forklifts loading up our hopper with apples. From a hopper, the fruit rolls down into water, and we use the water to transport the fruit. The rotten apples sink. So if there's any rotten apples in the fruit, they will drop to the bottom and not get taken up by the elevator. They then go into auger, a grain auger that we've adapted. And the reason we use the grain auger to take the fruit up to our hammer mill is because it's also very rough on fruit, and anything that's soft and mushy will drop to the bottom of the auger. That way it doesn't reach our hammer mill and therefore won't get into our apple juice. We then cut up the apples, and we drop the cut up apple and it goes onto a belt into a nice fine layer, and then the top belt joins the bottom belt, and then it goes through a series of rollers of ever decreasing size. And then near the end of our process, we have airbags that push 2 rollers onto another 3 rollers that squeeze the last of the juice out that we want. What's left over after we've extracted the juice is the apple pulp. We put that onto the back of a truck, and we then feed a beef cattle producer not far away, so there is very, very little waste. After it's come off the press, we'll put it through a vibrating screen to take out the larger chunks of apple, and then we'll put it into a tank. From there, we'll let it settle. All of the tiny bits of apple will settle to the bottom of the tank, and we'll put that through what is called a rotary vacuum filter. We suck the dirty juice through this filter medium. All of the clear juice that's in the middle of the tank we put through a pressure filter.
After a 2-day settling period, the juice is then filtered, bottled and packed, ready for marketing.
We have 2 types of filters. One is the rotary vacuum filter, and it takes out all of the thick that's settled in the bottom of the tank. We filter the clear with the pressure filter, and that goes straight into another holding tank, a 10,000 litre holding tank. So inside this holding tank, this 10,000 litre holding tank, should be all clear juice. We then hook up this pump to the clear tank, and we suck through out of the tank in through a plate filter. It then goes into a pasteurising unit. We actually heat our juice up between 84 and 86 degrees. It then comes out and it's cooled. Because we're bottling in plastic, we only want to bottle at 68. If we bottle at 72 degrees, our bottles will start to expand and misshape. So between 68 and 70 degrees is the ideal temperature. So when we've got all of our temperatures right, we then fill up this bottling machine. We have someone putting empty bottles on, and at this point we label it. We also date stamp it with a 6 months date stamp, because we have to have a best before, so we date stamp it 6 months from the date of production. The bottles go down and then they're filled. They go into this filling machine, they're placed onto this filling machine, and as you can see, as the bottle gets taken by the machine, the bottle is raised up, and that opens up the filling head. By the time the bottle's gone around to the back, the bottle will be full. It'll then get taken off and go around another star wheel And just before we tighten up the cap, the machine actually squeezes the bottle, and we squeeze a little bit of juice out in doing so, because I don't want any air in there, because the air's not sterile. So we squeeze the juice out, we squeeze the air out, and then as it's being squeezed, we tighten the cap. Now, because we've squeezed the air and possibly some juice, we then wash the bottle, and then we pack the bottles into bins, into bulk bins. We also make a 300ml line, good for school kids. We're selling to a lot of canteens now that they're doing the healthy food initiative. We do a 1 litre bottle, we do the 2s as you've seen, and we also do a 3 litre bottle. We also do a cloudy, which doesn't go through any of that filtration process. So we're leaving little bits of apple in there, the finer chunks of apple. It carries a bit more fibre. In this whole process, all you've seen are apples being crushed. All that's in my juice are apples. If you like eating an apple, you'll love drinking my juice, because that's all that's in there. There is no preservatives, no concentrate, no water, and no sugar. It's 100% pure juice. And that is why we're making what we're making now. There's nothing that compares to it. It's, in my opinion, I might be a little bit biased, it's the world's best apple juice.